All right, I'll give you the injury update here as we get rolling. Deion Dawkins will not practice today. Austin Johnson will not practice. Taylor Rapp in concussion protocol. Khalil Shakir will not practice with his ankle. And then TB, Terrell Bernard, will be limited, as will Taron Johnson. Has a hamstring. So with that, I'll turn it over to you with your questions. Yeah, it's certainly an unfortunate situation, John, and we respect the decision made by the league, and really it's out of our control. And what we need to focus on is it's an opportunity for someone on our football team to step up.
Sean, the league did not specify that. Are we to assume that it was based on the investigation from last year?
I can't. I'm not in a position to go into the details on it, Sal. So that's you can assume what you can assume. That's where we're at on it. So.
Was the timing of this a surprise, or did you know this was coming at all?
Just as of the last couple of days, really, we were being notified here. So.
What type of pressure does it place on a defense that you might have Bernard back, Terrell back, you might have Taron back, but for a defense that's gone through some upheaval already 4 weeks into the season?
Yeah, no, the job is to move forward, right? Certainly understand what you're saying, and I've really been proud of the way the guys have stepped up. They've had to deal with quite a few situations, injuries, now in this case the suspension with Vaughn. So I expect the same, quite honestly. Somebody's going to step up. That's what's in that locker room. Somebody needs to step up, and they have to this point.
To clarify, was the suspension of this nature, can Vaughn be at the facility, or is it one where he
Yeah, I'm not going to get into, again, just out of respect for the situation, I'm not going to get into any other details right now.
Hey, Sean, with Deion's hamstring, is that something that you're just trying to be smart about with it early in the week, or is there legit concern about whether or not he'll make it for Sunday?
Probably a little bit of both, somewhere in between, Joe. He's getting treatment, won't practice today, so anytime someone doesn't practice, you are concerned. Came up in the game naturally, and so we had to manage things a little bit there. But I'm proud of what he was able to do in the game and push through it like he did.
Brandon said, on Vaughn, one more on Vaughn, and I respect you can't go too much into it. Brandon said, kind of over the course of a few months, that based on what you guys knew, you were comfortable with the fact that he was still here, kind of standing behind him. Did this kind of catch you guys by surprise as an organization at all, that he was suspended, based on what you learned?
Again, just, when you look at it, again, what we know of it is the league has to go about their process, and that's really where we are as a team and a club as it relates to the overall situation and how it came down in the decision.
Do you see Javon Solomon as being maybe the first guy that you think of as far as an expanded opportunity here?
Potentially, yeah, Jay, potentially. We'll see. I mean, again, it's there's no, accurate, there's no replacement for, total replacement for a player like that. It'll be the sum of the parts, really. And that's important overall, regardless of a situation like this. But we've got to really buy into that team first philosophy up front on defense and help each other out, right? So feed each other, because that's really how it works. When one player gets penetration, the other, he may not get the sack, but he pushes him, the quarterback in this case, to another player, and they get the sack. So that'll be important for us for sure in this situation, but overall as well.
Hey, Sean, understanding that Baltimore is unique with the way they can run the ball with Lamar and Henry. What are some of the concerns though moving forward? Because obviously if Mixon plays, he's a very good runner too.
Yeah.
You had some problems last week. How do you rectify that?
Yeah, well, it starts by being more physical and making sure we're playing better at the point of attack And that mindset has to be there for us. And then we go into our base run fundamentals, right? It's because, to your point, Mixon is a heck of a football player. And you can certainly see it when he's been healthy this year. And so, we'll go out, we'll continue to hone in our fundamentals that are necessary to be better against the run.
Sean, you're a month in here, really offensively have not found a way to get Curtis going in any meaningful way to this point. What in your mind needs to change to provide that element from him that you brought him here to provide?
Just awareness, I think, overall, and again, sometimes the ball finds you, sometimes it doesn't. Game plan to game plan. So I know you guys love to talk about, look at the stat sheet and says who hasn't gotten the ball and who has, and then, we get so enamored with that. It's the ball finds the guy that it's supposed to find. And, the game plan has to help with that. But there's also a defense out there that sometimes determines where the ball is going to fall, right? Play in and play out, or in this case, pass to pass. So you start pushing it, you start stressing over it. Awareness is important in this case, to your point. But overall, the ball is going to go where it's meant to go, and that's really how really good offenses work, and decision making by the quarterback. And Josh has done a real good job to this point at that.
Sean, what sort of challenges do you see in the way that they've used Diggs along with the other pieces they have offensively?
Yeah, very talented football team, very talented in this case offensively. Extremely talented on the perimeter, of their offense with the receiving core, as you mentioned, and it's really hard to stop all of them, right? Because you don't have enough guys to double team all of them there. So that we'll have our work cut out for us. Steph's playing at a high level. He was a really good player here and competitive, as you guys know, and he's highly competitive on tape as I watch, and playing at a high level. So it'll be a big challenge for us.
Sean, Cole Bishop has gotten some more reps the last couple of games, last couple of weeks, with Taylor Rapp kind of being up in the air. Where have you seen Cole kind of improve the last few weeks?
Well, he was able to get quite a few reps the other night, and I think he's only going to grow from those reps. And the more and more experience, just like anything else, the more experience you get, the better you get at things, the more comfortable you get. And so that was really his first, what I would call true early in the game experience on first and second down, going into third down. And Cole's going to be fine. He'll be fine. He'll learn from some of the things he wants back. And I think there will be, if there isn't yet, there will be an upward mobility or upward trend to his development.
You and Josh, the team as a whole, have been very respectful towards Stephon following his departure. Even Josh went out of his way last week to clarify that the everybody eats comment isn't a derogatory comment towards Diggs, but a reflection of the team. But when Steph gets to Houston and says you thrive in a space where you're loved, you thrive in a space of being around who truly care and truly want to see you win, does that seem like a knock against the Bills? How do you take that?
Yeah, we respect Steph. We love Steph. And like I said, he was a very good player for us, John, and highly competitive player. And what I see on tape, he's doing the same thing. So our focus really needs to be there, and we move forward. That's really where we're at on it. It's going to be a highly competitive game between two teams, and that's what we're looking forward to.
Austin Johnson, did you mention, what is he?
Yeah, he's got an oblique. Yeah, he came out of the game. For those of you that didn't know, he came out of the game due to injury, and so he had an oblique strain, I think third quarter maybe.